Peace, family. It's been a minute since I've shared a reading. Lots going on, and I don't think that I have prioritized just truly surrendering to Source for the collective because of the plethora of personal. But it is time because Spirit has called me to the cards and to press record and to share. I know that something is going to come through that is very specific for me, but I also know that there's going to be much that resonates with who it's supposed to resonate with. So I look forward to the messages, and I give thanks to the Creator. I give thanks to the breath of life, Earth Mother, Mother, Father, God, to the forces of nature, the Orisha, the Neteru, to our angels and archangels, our ancestors, to the ascended masters, prophets, sages, starseeds, sibyls, saints, and spirits, to the ancient kings and queens, divine goddesses and gods, to all in alignment with Spirit, with Source, with Self, that serves humanity for the highest good of all. Thank you for this alignment, for this ability, for this awareness, for this ascension, for this abundance, as I tap in to universal energies to receive messages for the collective. Thank you for using me. Thank you for choosing me. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Let's tap right in. Foundation information. I'm tapping into the Neteru. Give thanks. What would you have us know at this time? Foundation information for the collective. And for those who are meant to receive this message, Ashe. Anuket. Hope. Hope is our foundation. Hope is something that is debatable in many cases for many different people, because in some ways we look at hope the way that we see faith, the way that we think about belief and having good intentions. And then others believe in some ways that when you're too aligned with hope, you reduce your sense of action and you just kind of sit and wait and hope, and it removes the initiation that is required to manifest your heart's desires. I align in many ways with both schools of thought and various in between. But ultimately, the traditional sense of hope for me is the core of believing that no matter what something looks like, no matter how dim or how dark or how bleak or how hopeless something looks like, there is always a chance, there is always an opportunity, there's always a possibility. That's what hope is for me. Hope is when it feels like you're down for the count and you don't see a way out. If you didn't have hope, you would just give up. Hope is what keeps us going. Hope is that light at the end of the tunnel. So it's important for us to keep in alignment with that definition of hope. And again, there are various, and to each and her own and his own. But this is my understanding and understanding of hope, and I extend it to you if it helps. To clarify this energy, and before I continue, Master number 22, bringing in that double 11 alignment, 1111, angelic, ancestral forces, that much closer, the veil is that much thinner. Give thanks. Ashe. Confirming the need for hope. The ancestors are hope. The angels are hope. That is the magic and the miracles that we have outside of this three-dimensional reality, the tangible, that reminds us that there's more. And without the belief of more, it would be sad more often than not. And who needs that, right? Thanks. Ashe, speak your name. How would you like to clarify these energies? This energy of hope. Ashe, give thanks. I had a feeling we were going to get stack energy. We got stack energy here. 3 cards. We're going to start off Page of Pentacles, I'm going to take that in reverse. Queen of Pentacles, I'm going to take on the side. Strength card in reverse. And our stacks are all in reverse. King of Wands, Page of Wands, 10 of Wands. Wow. The fire in this. And this is so what is happening right now with these forest fires, with the smoke, with where there's smoke, there's fire. Fire purifies. It's like our law of the universe for this past week, this Tuesday Tiat 2, was the law of transmutation. And fire transmutes. When we burn sage, when we burn away and release on a full moon, we burn a bay leaf, we burn that scripting that no longer serves, it transmutes, it purifies, it burns away, it's alchemy. And that's what's happening as above, so below. This is why I was called to the cards. This is Phoenix rising from the ashes energy. And the reversal is that we're not looking at that transmutation as positively as we should, with the hope that we should. We're looking at and focusing on the burn and not the result of that, the resurrection in that. When we think of the Phoenix, we see this majestic, mythical, quote unquote, being that rose from ashes. And we focus on looking at the flight, the fire, the flame, in the sense of that new mystical being and way of life that has transcended, that has transmuted, that has transformed. And that is what we should focus on, because that is the hope. But if we focus on what has to happen to that phoenix before it becomes a phoenix, then not many of us will really want to go through that scorch. But ultimately, if we focus on hope, then we know that it's all worth it, that the burn is worth it, that the mud to grow the lotus is worth it, that the liquefaction that the caterpillar has to go through to become a butterfly is worth it. Our strength card is in reverse for the same reason, and we're reducing our alignment with infinite abundance, with that number 8 energy and abundance of all kinds, because we're forgetting how strong we are. We're forgetting that we are supposed to go through these things and these tests and these trials and these triumphs so that we can be equipped to be on the front lines, because we are in a spiritual war. That is what this fire is all about. That is the burn. That is what is occurring for New Earth to be resurrected. And what better way to transform but through fire, to purify than through fire. The lion energy aligns with the sun, very fire energy, Leo energy, reminding ourselves of our shine and the strength that we have to tame the beasts within and those without. The powers that once were and the power that we are now. And the more power we have at our disposal when we remember our strength. When we remember that infinite abundance is our birthright and nobody has to give it to us. So we have nothing to be worried about. There is only hope when we remember our strength. When we remember our resources and the seeds that we've planted, our fruitfulness, our fertile soul, and how much we have already manifested because of one seed, let alone the more that is to come through the transmutation, through the transformation. When we plant that one seed, we're not seeing the other end of it just yet. We're not seeing all the growth yet. And when we think about planting a seed and understanding and understanding that the roots must grow first, and that's what we don't see. The roots are the unseen. And we can only hope. Without hope, why plant the seed when all of the growth begins underneath? Is the unseen, is the hope, is the faith, is the belief that growth is happening, that change and transformation and transmutation and alchemy is happening. It's happening. And this limbo energy with the Queen of Pentacles on the side is because of that doubt that we have, despite the hope that we have. That we don't plant a seed thinking that it's not going to grow, but yet when we are not able to yet see the growth and understanding that the roots take time, because the stronger the roots, the stronger the fruition, the riper the fruit. So we have to allow it to take its time. But during that time, there is doubt that can sometimes creep in. During those growing pains in particular. But that's when hope is that much more important. Aligning with hope and belief and our strength is what is going to bring our fruition right side up, immediate. And where when we start planting more seeds, there is no doubt. There's knowing of what it's going to become. And that the fruits of our labor will never be in vain. Page of Pentacles, highlighting the doubt. That initial seed that is planted before the fruition comes. That reversal energy is, I'm going to plant it. Yeah, I guess something's going to happen. And that's why our Queen of Pentacles is in limbo. Because we planted the seed with doubt. We can't plant seeds with doubt anymore. We can't make that act futile anymore. We can't put that kind of vibration on the seeds that we're planting anymore, because that's what's going to take things that much longer to come to fruition. Ashe? And then we're back to our fire. And bringing in another page in reverse and our King of Wands in reverse here. And this is a lack of surety, a lack of driven, focused action. Similar to the energy of our page and queen here, because again, the queen is in the creation. That is divine feminine. And we've got our king here tapping into the divine masculine. Without the queen and the king in alignment with their forces, very much Venus energy, very much Mars energy. But we are creating. We are having the king and the queen, the divine masculine, feminine, balanced energy, very unbalanced, because we are not planting our seeds of creation in surety, and we are not taking initiative with surety. And it makes us have heavy burdens to carry because of the lack of sureness, because of that lack of hope and faith. And we want to put this burden down. The reversal energy is knowing that we are not supposed to be carrying, that this is not supposed to be this hard. It's not supposed to be this heavy. We know it. But we do it to ourselves nonetheless. Just because of that doubt. Just because of the alignment, more so because of forgetting how strong we are. And how much our abundance is meant. And it is written. And it is already yours. You just have to remember.